In the heart of a quiet town, nestled on the fringes of the woods, stood an old Victorian house shrouded in mystery and whispered tales. Locals spoke of it in hushed tones, referring to it simply as the house on Willow Lane, a place where shadows moved of their own accord, and the air was laden with a palpable sense of dread. One fateful evening, a young couple, Sarah and David, found themselves drawn to the dilapidated mansion, lured by a morbid curiosity that tugged at the edges of their sanity. As they approached the wrought iron gates, a chill settled in their bones, and the distant sound of weeping echoed through the stillness of the night. Ignoring the warning signs that whispered in the wind, they crossed the threshold and entered the dimly lit foyer, the air heavy with the scent of decay and forgotten memories. The walls were lined with faded portraits that watched them with hollow eyes, their frames crooked and warped with age. As they ventured further into the bowels of the house, the temperature plummeted, and an oppressive silence settled over them like a suffocating shroud. Shadows flitted at the corners of their vision, teasing and taunting with a malevolent intent that sent shivers down their spines. Sarah's fingers hesitated over the ivory keys, a sense of foreboding creeping into her heart as a haunting melody filled the room, played by unseen hands from the depths of the unknown. A cold wind swept through the room, extinguishing the flickering candles and plunging them into darkness. Panicked, Sarah and David sought refuge in the upper rooms, where the air grew thick with the stench of decay and the floors creaked beneath their weight. In the master bedroom, they discovered a mirror that reflected twisted images of their own terror-stricken faces, the glass rippling like dark water under an unseen force's control. Sarah's reflection grinned back at her, the smile stretching impossibly wide as David's image contorted in agony, his features melting like wax in the oppressive heat. Realization dawned upon them too late. The house on Willow Lane was no mere dwelling but a sinister entity, a living nightmare that fed on their fear and despair. As the walls closed in around them, Sarah and David knew that they were but pawns in a malevolent game, trapped in a cycle of horror from which there was no escape. And as their screams echoed through the empty halls, the house on Willow Lane reveled in the darkness. Its hunger sated for another night, as it awaited its next unwitting victims to cross its threshold and fall into its twisted embrace.